Hello, this is Hilary Levere, and this is my video, my feedback video that I've decided to do on Rick's fifth grade reading workshop class. And you see me look away every so often. It's only because I wrote my notes down. I wanted to make sure I didn't leave anything out. So here we go. The first thing I have of note is that I want to say that it's a great job you did of introducing the story and modeling how you want the kids to think and to start thinking in that way of breaking the story down, the themes and the theories, and getting them to think about these things. And I think that's great. I noticed that you have a large class, and I don't know how much participation or feedback you get from individual students, but I know that it's easy for kids in that group setting to make themselves small and disappear and not participate. And I would just want to keep in mind to kind of look over the horizon and reach out to those kids that may be hesitant about being active in the class discussion. But overall, I thought that was great. The second thing I want to point out is that the one-on-one interactions that you have with the kid while they're doing that silent reading, I think that's awesome. Uh, it's like it gives the kids an opportunity to have their own individual mini lessons that's catered just to them, and I think that's great. Uh, the one thing that I can add to that is I think that in some instances we may want to be wary of the kids' self consciousness when we're pointing out their deficiencies in such a close vicinity to their peers. For instance, the one child who needed to work on his speed. Uh, my opinion, that's something that I may want to take to my desk or a more private setting, depending on the kid. I guess how they would handle that, but that's just me. But that's you did a great job. It's just something that I want to point out and also make a note for myself. Uh, the third thing is that I loved how you walked around and listened to that turn and talk, and then came back and instead of asking them questions, just repeated what you heard and putting it in academic terms. And I think that is great. I would add on to that from that point, just as in the story introduction, to ask them those higher order thinking questions to get them in the frame of mind to communicate using using that same academic language back to you and back to their peers so they can get used to that. And that's it. The three questions that I have for you are one, in student partnering, how do you ensure that you have the right pair of students together? How do you know that the student who needs help is receptive to receiving help and vice versa? It's just, I love the idea. I just wanted to know how you did it. The second question, your class has a good size, once again. And after the read aloud and the discussions on a daily basis, do you normally have time to get to each and every student to have that one-on-one time on a daily basis? Because it looks like it's pretty much time consuming. I don't know if that's you have these same kids all day or for the 45 to 50 minutes. It's just something that I was curious about. And finally, I want to know, right back to the reading partners, what assessments do you use to determine that a student is ready to move on from their reading partner? Is it a point where you're free and you're not attached to anyone, or do you assign them? Uh, do you elevate them to the point where they have their own reading partner, or like how does this work? Because it's definitely something that I would be willing to employ myself, and I'm just trying to build up some ideas and use them in the classroom. So that's all I have to give. My name is Hilary Levere. Thank you guys for listening. Take care.